Hello everyone, Clay Frederick of the Horror Franchise, back at it with another ranking video. As of today, which is Wednesday the 25th, tomorrow night when I get off work, I'm going to go see the new Scream 7 movie. Oh yeah, Thursday night. Its official release is Friday, but still. So what better way to kind of get ready for that than to rank all the Scream movies like I said I was going to do a while back. So, here we are. Now before I get started, I don't really have a bad movie on this list. Whatever's at the bottom of the list, I just prefer the others over. It's just how it is. I'm not going to go too in depth with them. I'm just going to see my pros and cons, and that's it. So with further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Number 6, at the bottom of the barrel, Scream 4. Now, I recently watched this movie when I binge watched the entire series a few months back, and I don't really like it as much as I did the first time I watched it. Now, for some reason, from what I've read, it's a divisive entry. I don't know how that is the case, but maybe it's because of the overuse of commentary. And well, it's cited as a underrated. The color saturation I'm not too crazy about. It was a weird color saturation that they used in this one compared to the others. And I remember at the time they used that kind of color saturation where everything just oversaturated or something. I don't like it. But that's just a pet peeve. The fact that Sydney's back at her old town of Woodsboro and all that compared to the second and third movie, which didn't really go to Woodsboro. They go back to Woodsboro. Dewey's the sheriff now. He was earned to be the sheriff. I like that fact. Gail's back again, up to her old tricks as usual. We got Emma Roberts. I like Emma Roberts. And we also have Hayden Panettiere, who I like very much, as Kirby. I really like Kirby. She's a cool character. She's definitely a standout in this movie. I'm definitely going to go into spoilers when it comes to the character reveals as well. So if you haven't seen the movies, get out of here. And come back. If you want to come back. The third act of the movie, I really like the third act. And I'm not just talking about the character reveal with Emma Roberts and the other guy and all that. The fact that she wanted to do it for the sake of fame was definitely a bold move. It was something different. She wanted to be famous. And it also harpens to the reboots of horror movies and such, the tropes of that. Pretty much remakes. It's all about remakes in this one. I like that aspect. That's something that the series always consists of. It's always about whether it's sequels, whether it's remakes, whether it's a reboot of entire series while introducing newer characters. God bless me! But no, seriously. Not too much I could say about the movie. God bless me again. Jesus, we're really going to do this while I'm talking? Quit sneezing, please. Thank you. Really would appreciate it. But no. There's always some good kills in this movie. I just think it's my least favorite in the series. Because, I mean, even though there's still some cool things about it, they're always fun movies to watch. Is it allergy season? Now we're going to move on to my number 5 spot. Now this is considered a lot of people's least favorite. But I have an appreciation for this movie, and that's going to be Scream 3. Scream 3. Oh my God, stop! Please. Really would appreciate that. Scream 3 is definitely considered the weakest to a lot of people, but I can see why. Because the tone and the feel and the writing makes it feel different. And not to mention it has a more comedic feel to it. And it had production constraints in it, mainly due to Neve Campbell. From what I heard, the writing was just all over the place. They had a different writer and all that, and that's why it just feels like it's completely different. But even then, when it comes to trilogies as a whole, they always go back to the original movie, and they go more deeper into the reasons the first movie happened and stuff. More revelations and such when it comes to Maureen. Is her name Maureen Prescott? Am I right on that? The mom. And the thing that I remember most about this movie is the fact that it, unlike the rest of the movies where there's always 2 or maybe 3 killers, there's one killer. Herman Jenner. Director. And brother. I thought that was really cool. I always liked that. And I like the tie-in that he was pretty much the mastermind instead of Billy and Stu from the first movie. But even then, I still enjoy this movie. It focuses a lot more on Dewey and Gale, and Sydney, who is pretty much the star, kind of takes a back seat here and there and doesn't feel like she feels a little out of place in this movie in certain aspects, but still, I didn't find it to be that big of a deal. I still enjoy this movie for what it is. At least I appreciate what they were trying to do, what they tried to make up for with, I guess, the issues they had going on behind the scenes. And the fact that there was one killer. That makes it very unique in my eyes. And because of how unique this movie is, it earns a higher spot. It does. And it feels like a closing chapter, which it does. Number 4. This one I kind of considered to be at the bottom of the list for a while, but it's definitely rose up quite a bit for good reason. Because it feels more modern and all that. And that's going to be Scream 6. Now a lot of people are like, oh God, why Scream 6? Sydney's not in it. Who gives a shit? Sydney needs a break, damn it. Can we have a Scream event happen with Sydney out of it? Sure, why not? Sydney needs a break. She needed a break. She got a break. Even with Sydney gone, I still have a good time watching this movie because Melissa Barrera, Jenna Ortega are fantastic leads in this movie. They were great in Scream 5. We'll get to Scream 5. But I love them in Scream 6. They are fantastic in this movie. And the fact that Kirby comes back, I love that. Gale comes back, of course. You got the core 4 with the other 2. I forgot their names, I'm sorry. And Ghostface, I gotta say, in this movie, Ghostface is at his most brutal and violent and aggressive. This dude will break out a shotgun in this one. And that scene in the little grocery store, you know what I'm talking about. That dude went full on animalistic on everybody, and I loved it. And the mask was all old and decrepit looking. It pretty much harpens back to Michael Myers' mask from 2018. Come on now. But no, it definitely goes more in depth with Melissa Barrera's character and Jenna Ortega's character too. Specifically Melissa Barrera, because she's the star of this movie. But no, I really, really do enjoy this movie. Even though Sydney is absent in this, they still made do. And it takes place in New York City. It's a whole new setting. And the subway sequence, my God, the subway sequence is awesome and intense and suspenseful. And it is epic. And the third act was pretty cool. All the artifacts that have been gathered by all the ghost faces, and the cop who was helping them turns out to be Ghostface, along with siblings, 2 siblings, I'm assuming. There's 3 Ghostface in this one. I was a little surprised, but there were 3. I was like, holy shit, okay, there's 3 of them. So, they did things different. A little different. New setting, more intense Ghostface. Sydney's absent, yes. But I still really enjoyed it. And Gale almost died. At one point, I thought Gale was going to get killed. I was like, oh God, she's going to die. She didn't die. I think she's overdue. She needs to go. I really like Gale, don't get me wrong, but I think her time has... She's overstayed her welcome in this series, I think. Alright, now we get to our top 3. Top 3. It's going to be Scream 5. Scream 5. This one caught me by surprise of how much I really enjoyed this one. Because at the time, I was just like, whatever, I Scream's kind of fell off at the face of the earth for me. I'm more of a casual Scream fan, so I'm not a hardcore fan. I really like Scream. Don't get me wrong. I do really enjoy it. It's fun as hell to watch. I'm a horror buff, so there's that. But this one, Scream came back with a bang with this one. And I remember me and my mom watched it after hearing it was pretty good. And we rented it and we watched it and we really had a good time. And Ghostface was pretty badass in this one. And it brings in new characters, new fresh faces like Melissa Barrera, Jenna Ortega, all of them. They're great. They're really good in this movie. You will immediately connect with these characters. They have a history with Billy, specifically Melissa Barrera character. But anyways, and they also bring. It's kind of like with 2018 Halloween. You got new characters with legacy characters, specifically with Halloween Kills. But you know what I'm talking about. It balances that. Sidney's in it, Gale's in it, and of course, this is Dewey's best movie because he gets killed. When he got killed, I was like, no fucking way he died! Oh man, that sucked. That sucked, man. That really did. It was a bummer. I remember when he got killed, I was like, no fucking way. They finally did it. They finally got him. He served his purpose, and they needed to do something new. They took a risk. They did something. They took a risk, and I think it needed to happen because the series. You're in the 5th entry at this point. You got to do something risky. You got to do something big, and they did it with this movie. So, with that being said, that's why it's at my number 3. There was a couple of times where I considered it to be my number 2 spot. I really like this movie. Now, when it comes to the reveal of Ghostface at the end, I wasn't too crazy when it turned out to be that one girl. And, of course, it was the boyfriend. Typical. It's always the boyfriend, isn't it? Not always in the series, but you know what I mean. But, no, seriously. Even then, and it goes back to right at Stu's house, too. Is it Stu Munker's house? Is it? I think so. It's not Billy's house, but it's Stu's house, I believe. I thought that was cool. But other than that, they played it safe with it, aside from killing Dewey. But hey, it is what it is. It was a good reboot. I really enjoyed it. Number 2 is going to be Scream 2. Surprise, surprise, surprise to everybody. Scream 2, it feels like it's the first movie, but with a little more oomph to it. When it comes to the kills and going deeper into characters, specifically Sidney, and even Randy. I liked Randy. I like Randy in the first 2 movies. He's definitely a fan favorite. And it definitely harkens back to the first movie because the killer ends up being the mother of Billy. And she was really cool. She always seemed like the person that you just didn't expect to be because she was playing off like some dumb reporter. But no, she was the mastermind in this one. And Timothy the Elephant is cool as shit because we love him. And he was a pretty maniacal psychopath in this movie. And he was a movie buff as well. And so everybody, it's like a crank to 11 in this one when it comes to their acting and the characters and all that. It improves on things more. But there's something about, we'll get to the original here, man. We already know that's number 1. But no, seriously. Obviously, Ghostface is more brutal in this one. The first 10 minutes of the movie in the theater, that was pretty cool. So, but yeah, there's that. And Gale and Dewey, they end up together again near the last act of this one. And of course, they always tease like Gale or not Gale, Dewey's gonna get killed or something. They do it every damn time. So I thought he was gonna bite the bullet in this one when I first saw it. I was like, oh man, hey, he's alive, cool. But no, and it wasn't the boyfriend. The boyfriend was the good guy the whole time. So there's that. No, seriously, this is definitely a good sequel, and it definitely goes in depth about sequels. The theme of it is about sequels, and it definitely expands more onto the original story. So there's that. And now, of course, we get to our number 1, which is the one that definitely revitalized the horror genre to this day. And that's the original Scream. The original is the GOAT, man. The original is really cool. It's a really good movie. It's a really good horror movie. It's just a really good movie in general. Wes Craven definitely came up with something very original, and it's like a parody of some sort where it really just... It's a classic. It's a classic where all these horror fans are just going to love and appreciate this movie because they talk about all these other horror movies and such in a world where Michael Myers and all this is actually on film like in real life. And then you got guys who want to try to create their own little movie or something through a psychopathic killer like this. And, I mean, come on now. The whole time you're thinking it's one killer, but it's actually two killers. And they did it masterfully. Masterfully. The first, 10, 15 minutes of the movie is one of the greatest horror sequences of all time with Drew Barrymore. Come on now. When you think of that scene, you know exactly where it's from. And it truly is phenomenal. Everybody was just a baby in this movie. You got... Shut up, phone. I don't want to hear your crap. We got Neve Campbell. We got Courtney Cox. We got... I forgot the dude's name. But anyways, Dewey. Seriously, though. Fantastic. Fantastic. This movie is great. It really is a fantastic movie. And what do you know? We got more stuff for Michael Myers that just got released. Oh my God! Ugh! All right. Anyways, sorry for blowing out about that. Just got me info about that. But anyway, Scream. This is my ranking of Scream. I'm going to make a video for Michael Myers now for Halloween the Game. I'm really excited. Anyways, I'm signing out, guys. I'll let you know how I feel about Scream 7 once the hype for Resident Evil Requiem goes away, because that's coming out the next day too. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Have a good one.